T7M Radio brings to you the best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell.
Yes, sir. We are about 7 days away officially. Countdown, Super Bowl 51. We got to put our picks in order. New England Patriots, Atlanta Falcons is going down in a week. I'm tight right now, people, because my Ravens are so far away from the promised land. But we got to tackle what's in front of us. We got the Patriots, Falcons, Super Bowl 51 predictions. Today we talking Carmelo Anthony and my New York Knicks. We got to chop it up. Also, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. We got a lot to talk about. So let's lock in low, people. You are now rocking with the best. This is the best of 7 Sports Talk here on T7M Radio with your host, 7 Mitchell. Appreciate y'all locking in with us, man. Y'all call up 347-989-8102. Let's get right into it, man. We're going to do our Super Bowl 51 picks a little bit later on in the show. Going to wait for the streets to call up, give their opinions. But we got to first chop it up with the NBA. And let's start out with Chicago. Now, reports out of Chicago, the young Bulls, the young Gunners in Chicago, they want D. Wade to practice more. According to Gibson, Taj Gibson, the team had a players meeting, a team meeting on Friday, expressing their concern for the lack of D. Wade's energy and what he brings to the table when it comes to practice. They want to see D. Wade practice a little bit more. Now, this is coming off of D. Wade and Jimmy Butler making some public remarks about their team and their lack of performance. And Rondo had made a public statement on Instagram basically chewing out D. Wade and Jimmy Butler for criticizing the young guys when they're progression in the public light. So I'm not surprised that the team took a little shot at D. Wade. My thing is just this. I don't know why they surprised. D. Wade is who D. Wade is. This is not the 2006 D. Wade. You know, this is not him. Ever since LeBron James came to Miami, I always felt like, you know, for people to call Dwayne Wade Robin at the time, it was pure facts for me. You know, D. Wade is, I'm not going to say he's overrated, but he is not that. Talk about Carmelo Anthony is not that guy. D. Wade is not that guy. Injury prone, he can't beat anybody. He's not that great of a jump shooter. He's a good jump shooter. He does have veteran, you know, talent and leadership, but as you can see, it's not really transpiring that well in the locker room, even with other vets. Like, this is crazy coming out of Chicago now. They 23-25. They 9.5 games back on Cleveland in the Central. They done lost Coach Hoiberg. They calling for his job already. I don't think that Coach Hoiberg is doing that bad of a job. I mean, the team, if I'm not mistaken, the Chicago Bulls are ranked number 5 in points allowed. So their defense is pretty good. I think it's just the pieces that Chicago have. Offensively, they're 23rd in points scored with just over 101 points a game. So they're pretty pathetic offensively, even with Jimmy Butler, who I've never been sold with. And now that you got D. Wade, somebody else that I've never been sold with. Rajon Rondo is somebody that's big time as far as veteran and, you know, grit. But he's not a scorer. So that whole makeup of Chicago really was no threat to me. But the fact that they are really good, I don't really have a problem with it because D. Wade, to me, again, like I said, is just not that guy. So they taking shots at the big homie. After the big homie taking shots at him, they said it was a positive meeting on Friday. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I just truly feel like D. Wade is done, no matter what team you take him to. So, you know, it's just funny to see that Chicago, the young Gunners are shooting back at D. Wade and not taking a loss when they come to the way he displayed his opinion. Him and Jimmy Butler. And again, Butler, I'm not sold on you, G. Never been. So that story's coming out of Chicago. Now I got to talk about my New York Knicks and this whole trade tobacco with my Carmelo Anthony, because I am getting a little bit ticked off. The disrespect that the New York Knicks organization, Phil Jackson specifically, The disrespect that they're showing Carmelo Anthony is getting ridiculous. It's getting way out of bounds. Putting out trade rumors for teams that we know at the end of the day it's not going to happen for Carmelo. And which will result in people looking at Carmelo Anthony like his value is even less than what we already think it is. Like they're doing so much of a disservice to Carmelo Anthony. Then you see the crowd and the fans at Madison Square Garden just as of late booing Carmelo Anthony. Like, are you kidding me? Are the New York fans, my fellow New York Knicks fans, are y'all kidding me? I mean, this is just beyond pathetic. I mean, the Knicks 21 for 27. We 8.5 back in the Atlantic, but we're only 2 games out of the 8th spot right now. This is the time right now we need to put all the BS aside and go for this real playoff run. But you sitting up here disrespecting Carmelo Anthony, who I don't care what you say, is still the best player on the New York Knicks. You talk about Kristaps got snubbed from the All-Star. He's not an All-Star. I keep telling y'all, this guy still needs more time to develop. He does nothing inside. He's 7. I'm not going to say big for nothing because he makes some good moves and he plays good defense. The Knicks are ranked third, in rebounds, so he plays a big part in that. But right now, man, he still needs more time. He cannot be the focal point in New York right now. It's still Carmelo. Now, if he want to work on drawing some double teams, that's going to open up some availability for Carmelo to get more shots, open shots, then fine, and vice versa. But he cannot be the focal point. I mean, they're not even really evolving him around. Look, we 19th in assists in the NBA, and leading in assists is Brandon Jennings. I don't know what Derrick Rose is doing. I mean, the whole Derrick Rose experiment to me has been a failure. Now he has a sprained ankle. We just pulled him. He just lost. We just came off of the win against the Hornets, but D. Rose had to leave with a sprained ankle, so we got more injuries from him. Joakim Noah, these guys are taking up space. You know, I am a little bit impressed with Courtney Lee's performance as of late. You know, I really wasn't sold on him coming to New York for the money that we spent. You know, I'm pissed off at Phil Jackson and what he's done to put the pieces around Carmelo. And now you want to alienate him and you want to put out trade rumors of going to Cleveland or the Clippers without and don't want CP3 or Griffin or Jordan. Like, come on, man. You got to be kidding me. I mean, like, yours is so disrespectful, and it's like don't tell me that you're trying to sit up there and clean your books when it comes to the money, when you just paid Carmelo the big money for the 5-year contract like 2 years ago. So don't disrespect this man and make a fool of him just because you're trying to clean up your mistake. You have done nothing, Phil Jackson, to help this guy get him a winning team. Nothing. Even down to the coach. I mean, it's criminal. It is really illegal. Phil Jackson should be incarcerated. Again, for what he done to my New York Knicks. And then we got Mr. Dolan just sitting back collecting money, not caring. I mean, this thing is just getting way out of hand. And they keep disrespecting Carmelo like this. They disrespecting me. If Carmelo go, I'm sorry. Orange and blue skies, it's going to be raining. It's going to be raining. There's going to be no more orange and blue skies for me. If the New York Knicks disrespect Carmelo Anthony and put him in a position to go somewhere else and not be successful, I'm done with the New York Knicks. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep it a buck. If Carmelo has to get traded, I don't want to see Carmelo go. Like I said, we're 2 games out of 8th place right now. I know that's not nothing to brag about, but we're about to go into the All-Star break. This is the time for us to really be thinking playoff push. We only in the 3rd. We're right behind Boston and Toronto. Great, man. We got to do something. I don't know what type of moves we can make, but, you know, it's just too much disrespect that we're showing. We played Atlanta Falcons today. We played Atlanta Hawks today, 2 o'clock or 3:30, I think, sometime today. So hopefully we can get another win 2 in a row after beating the Hornets. But, man, shout out to Carmelo Anthony, man. New York Knicks, man, stop disrespecting my guy. He's your guy. He is the man, and we need him if we're going to make any moves here in this 2016-17 for the rest of the year. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Should Carmelo Anthony go or stay with the New York Knicks? This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio. When we come back, we got to talk Floyd Money Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, and we got to give out Super Bowl 51 picks and the New England Patriots here on the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Go nowhere. We'll be right back at you.
Should I start you or Julio this week? I think I'm leaning towards Julio. Julio, he's got a good matchup. We're teammates. It's nothing personal. It's just if I win this game, I make it to the playoffs.
But on NFL.com fantasy football, what would friends talk about?
So, how's your cat? Cat's doing well. How about your cat? I don't have a cat.
NFL.com fantasy football. It's fun, it's free, it's easy.
Best of 7 Sports Talk with 7 Mitchell on T7M Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 347-989-8102, and follow us on social media, T7M Radio on YouTube.
This is the best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio with 7 Mitchell. Callers, y'all call up 349-889-8102. It's time to do what we came to do, man. We got to talk to Super Bowl. Super Bowl 51 is going down Sunday, February 6:30 p.m. kickoff. The 14-2 Patriots versus the 11-5. Matt Ryan, Tom Brady. This is going to be a big-time game for both. Tom Brady looking for his 5th Super Bowl win. Matty Ice, of course, looking for his first. This game, to me, is going to be about defense. Defense wins championships. I say it time and time again. And it's going to remain the same. The pathetic Atlanta Falcons defense, 27th against the points allowed, 27th ranked points allowed. I mean, they did good against Green Bay. I don't know how they held that to me was fool's gold. I don't see Tom Brady, regardless of the weapons that he do or do not have. I don't see no 27th ranked team points allowed defense-wise going to do something against Tom Brady, especially on the biggest stage in the NFL. In Houston, this is all laid out for Tom Brady. And their defense, New England's defense, is definitely serious. I cannot front on them. They don't have a bunch of superstars, but they are definitely somebody or a group of guys that not to be played with. You look at New England's offense as far as or just the team overall, they got a bunch of questionables. Nobody really is out other than Gronk, of course. Dante Hightower is questionable. Amendola, Martellus Bennett, and Malcolm Mitchell are all questionable. The Atlanta Falcons, Julio Jones is questionable. Of course, he's going to play. I look at the Atlanta Falcons, man. I mean, they're on a big-time run, but you look at their last 3 games, man. Their last 3 home games, they were against Green Bay in the NFC Championship, Seattle in the division playoffs, and then the last game of the season was against the New Orleans Saints at home. All 3 games at home, they gave up 32 points, 20 points, and 21 points. So even at home, their defense is giving up big-time points. The Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers. And you look at New England on the flip side. New England just playing Pittsburgh at home. They only gave up 17 points to Big Ben. At Houston last week or week before, it was 34. They only gave up 16 points to Houston. And at Miami, the last game of the season, I think the score was 35-14, something like that. So they only gave up 14 points. So their defense has definitely been playing, and they hot. So I think really that's at the end of the day was going to win championships. No denying it. So this is going to be a real good game. I'm glad to see Matty Ice, getting to this point. I'm just not sold on that defense. And you talk about the for Atlanta Falcons. To me, Blunt is just as productive as Freeman. And Freeman on the year, he's a 1,000-yard rusher, 1,079 yards. I think he had about 10 or 11 touchdowns on the year. But Ladarius Blount, 18 touchdowns on the year, a little bit over 1,100 yards on the season. About 230 carries compared to about 230 carries to Freeman. So the rushing game to me is pretty equal. Now Julio Jones is big time, but Bill Belichick is one of the greatest to do it. So they will find a way to kind of force somebody else to beat them. Now Julio Jones is going to get his looks, but it's not going to be one of them breakout games for him. I got New England and Tom Brady, man. I hate to say it. I'm a big-time Ravens fan who in the Ravens want to see Brady get another ring. But it's going to be 5. It's undeniable. It's going to be 5. I got the New England Patriots right now. They're a 3-point favorite over the Atlanta Falcons. But I don't really think this is going to be close. I think it's going to be high-powered. But, that New England defense to me is serious. So Atlanta might find a way to put up some numbers. But It's not going to be what you think. So I'm going with Atlanta losing to the Patriots in Super Bowl 51, 27-17. Tom Brady getting his 5th Super Bowl ring. Simple as that, man. So y'all let me know who y'all got in the Super Bowl. New England Patriots or the Atlanta Falcons? So right now, man, we got to talk about. Right now, we got to get into a little bit of boxing before we end the show, because I thought we were going to be really done with this. I really thought this was a publicity stunt, but Floyd Mayweather seems to be taking bait a little bit. Retired boxing champion Floyd Money Mayweather made a stronger statement about a potential fight against UFC champion Conor McGregor. According to Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Money Mayweather said, "I believe the fight could happen. He's a tough competitor," speaking on Conor McGregor, "and he proved throughout the years in the UFC that he can fight standing up." Mayweather also said in an interview with Showtime on Saturday Boxing Card Las Vegas that we'll just have to see what the future holds. Hopefully we can make that fight happen. These comments from Floyd Mayweather came just hours after Conor McGregor spoke at length in Manchester, England. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really thought that this was just a gimmick. Floyd knows how to stay in the headlines. We just seen Floyd be in the mix with the whole Soulja Boy, Chris Brown thing. We know this whole thing benefits Conor McGregor. He tried to get a boxing license in California, even though Floyd boxes in Vegas. So that really wasn't that much to me. But the fact that Floyd is, you kind of stringing this whole thing along, I don't know where Floyd is going with this, but this just makes no sense to me. And I know if Floyd fights this guy, even if he wins, you can't put that as the 50th fight. Like, is that how we're going to end the legacy, or to beat or tie Rocky Marciano's record of 50-0 by boxing a UFC competitor? Like, I don't know. And if you're doing this just for exhibition, if it's not going to count on the record, man, you're 40 years old. There's no need for you to be doing nothing like this exhibition-wise unless, of course, the check is big. But if you lose, even if it don't count against your record in a public eye, man, you still going to look like you're a loser. So, to me, it's a lose-lose if Floyd really go with this. I don't know where he going with this, but I thought he would have really shut this rumor down by now. But he is hyping it up. I don't think that Conor McGregor stand a chance for Floyd Mayweather. I mean, there's nothing changed about that. But I'm just surprised 100% that Floyd is keeping this thing going. But that's crazy, man. Y'all let me know what you think, man. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio with 7 Mitchell. Make sure y'all follow us everywhere on social media at T7M Radio. Make sure y'all follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel at T7M Radio. We definitely appreciate it. Y'all stay safe. This upcoming February 5th, 6:30 p.m. next Sunday, Super Bowl 51. New England Patriots versus the Atlanta Falcons. Like I said, I got the Patriots 27-17 over Matty Ice and Atlanta Falcons. Tom Brady will get his 5th Super Bowl ring. I hate to say it. Shout out to my Ravens Nations, man. This is 7 Mitchell. We out of here. Peace.